Welcome to Talk from the Terraces. We have a full team tonight. We have Gavin King, aka the Casual Sniper, Anthony Pythian, and Matty Nash. So let's get rolling then. First thing, I've got a few things to talk about tonight. The first thing is, well, Steve Bruce getting the sack. Is it right? We've had this conversation about a couple of managers that have gone already. And I'll ask you this first, Matty. What's your take on this?
I just think that at the moment, if you're a manager, every manager should be worried, even down to Steven Gerrard at Aston Villa, because I've heard all things are not well there either. So at the moment, every manager should be worried, because like we've said it in previous shows. These managers are not getting time to bed in anymore. I mean, didn't really follow Steve Bruce in West Brom, so I don't know what. Steve Bruce has never really done that well in his career as a manager. I know he was a great player, but at the moment, it's just like if your club's not doing well, then they're getting rid of their manager. That's it. You're gone. End of.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, right? I've never rated Steve Bruce in the managerial sense.
No.
We've also got Leicester now, who I think are rock bottom. So you've got Brendan Rodgers, and I don't think they dare get rid of him. You got Cooper, who we mentioned last week, Forest, or are they rock bottom? They might be second now. It's like, and as you say, Steven Gerrard, Villa, another result. You know, your thoughts, Gav?
I can only say what my views from non-league. Last year with Portchester, there was people crying out for the manager there to get the sack. Now look, this season, they've had time. You know, he's got in new players. The top of the league, 100% league record. You know,
what division is that actually? I mean, I don't follow on it.
Wessex Premier.
Wessex Premier then. Yeah. So how many leagues down there from, say, the National League?
I think that's. I'm not sure to be honest. Could be the next up. Yeah, next tier. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that's an example. But it seems in the Premier now, it's a results business, and if they're not doing it, they're out the door, aren't they?
Like we said last week with Cooper, it's all about results. Yet they've given him another 3-year contract. Anthony, what's your take on it? If you've read the notes,
yeah, same again, really, mate. If you're not getting the results, you know what I mean, you're next on the line. Like I say, obviously at Forest, you know what I mean, they've got a love for him there. The fans, you know what I mean, it's the fans' favourite. I don't think it's not the same situation at West Brom there with Bruce, but yeah, I don't think it matters what level you're at really now. If the results aren't coming, then you're out the door. But also I think there's we don't know what's going on, behind the scenes. There's a lot of fucking player power now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And we've seen it happen at big clubs. You know what I mean? Where there's sort of like a players' revolt when they want the manager out. So you don't know. There could be fucking umpteen reasons. You don't really see what goes on, do it, behind closed doors.
No, exactly, mate. Exactly right.
And what I will say, Martin, as well, is what's happened at Notts Forest, that is unheard of in this day and age. Because as Anthony just said, it's a results business. If you're not getting the results, boom, you're out the door.
They've gone for loyalty. They've gone for loyalty over results. It seems, doesn't it?
It does seem so, yeah.
Which seems
it's
crazy.
I actually take my hat off to him, to be honest. I really do.
Well, the thing is, right, we're only 8 games in or 9 games. I think they played 9 now. But the thing is, it is early. And yeah, fair crack to them for their loyalty. And I did watch the game, and it was a Midlands derby. Wolves, one player made the difference. They've got him back, Ruben Neves, so we'll just have to see how that pans out. Right, another thing, right? Second thing I'm going to talk about. I don't know if you all got the notes, it was to do with the racist tweet. Ivan Toney he scored a cracking little back healer for Brentford. And then there was, because he retweeted it, some some white lad called him a black cunt on there. He retweeted it. I mean, we spoke last week about taking the knee, didn't we? And like, and is it time to stop and things like that? And then you see something like that, and then his retweet and it goes viral. I mean, where we're going with this? I mean, I'll come to you, Gav, for this one first, mate. What's your take on this?
That's that young 22-year-old, isn't it?
Yeah, very young lad.
Yeah. I think in this day and age, if you're going to put anything like that, you're going to face the consequences, aren't you?
Well, he is, because his photo's out there now, his profile and everything.
I'd imagine he'll get a knock at the door, won't he?
I should say so. I mean, it is. I mean, I think it is a crime, isn't it? I mean, even to post things like that. I mean, it is a crime now, isn't it? So
I knew a guy that did that a few years ago, and yeah, he ended up going to court.
I mean, to me, right? I mean, all right, if you're going to use the N word, I mean, to me, it's just worse. I don't know why, but it just. When I looked at it, I thought, no, it just reads bad, and I'm not even going to forgive him for his age. I mean, like,
no, you Anthony, can't. Social media, if you've got to think before what you post, you really have. And he obviously didn't, did he?
Well, it's not. No, does he care though? You know what I mean? He must have. He knew before. I'm not going to say that's done with anger, but even if it is, even if you're angry about the result or whatever, you keep that shit to yourself. But my point is, you shouldn't even have those thoughts anyway.
No, you shouldn't.
Why has he got that mindset? Why is that mindset still there? Like,
in this day and age,
In this day and age, Anthony, what's your take on that one, mate?
Yeah, to be honest with you, that's the first I've heard of it. But yeah, going back to like what we said last week about taking an knee and what have you, it just fucking goes back on everything we said last week. If we're still getting shit like this happening now, this day and age, then clearly there is a fucking problem. Then, do you know what I mean? I know it's all right. You're saying it's a fucking one-off and what have you. We had it. With the England players after fucking Rashford and what have you missed a penalty. They were getting fucking racial abuse, you know what I mean? And that's off their own fucking fans, you know what I mean?
The very first time I saw it, I'll be honest, and we had Justin Fashanu at Lincoln. I don't know what year it was, and I remember the West Bank before the new stand was built, and I remember bananas being chucked on the fucking pitch, and me back then, I couldn't believe that back then because I was embarrassed, and I was. Yeah. I'm not going to say cultured, a little bit more ahead of my mates, but I was actually embarrassed even as a teen because I felt sorry for the guy. So I've always probably had a little bit of empathy. You know what I mean? I just didn't get it. So it goes. That's like 40 years ago, and we're still getting it. And now they're using this platform like Twitter or whatever as their platform to put it out there, and it's just fucking bang out of order, isn't it?
See, the thing is with social media as well is they can fucking sit behind that and type, you know what I mean? They're not going to, they wouldn't dream of doing it face to face to anybody.
No, that's where we get the saying, keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
He's done it on there.
Yeah.
His mates, he must have black mates. He must have someone where he works or where he lives or, he's fucked basically. And it's he's made a rod for his own back.
Yeah.
Someone screenshotted it, and you get a star like Ivan Toney, England player, putting it out there. You're screwed. You know what I mean?
No sympathy for him.
Yeah.
No, me neither, mate. And Liverpool, right? And Liverpool, apparently, I'm not quite sure about this. I mean, Matty did send me something to it. We spoke about it last week, singing the IRA songs. So I'm going to ask you first, Matty. I mean, has there been some fresh?
Obviously they played the second leg where Rangers actually got smashed 7-1. There was a small group of Rangers fans that tried to get at the Liverpool lot, and instead of blatantly chanting IRA, this time it was ooh up the rah. And they were chanting that within the stadium this time. And it seemed to me that all the stewards were bothered about really was keeping maybe 15 Rangers lads from trying to get at the Liverpool lads. And I wrote a blog about this on the website today, and I'm just thinking, with Liverpool, they've got this thing that we're not English, we're Scouse. So I'm just thinking, are they just saying this just to wind Rangers up, or, you know, are they really supporters of the IRA, or is it just to get at Rangers? Because it's an easy thing, isn't it? Because obviously we all know the religious tones behind when Celtic play Rangers, and vice versa. So I'm just wondering if Liverpool fans really believe in what they're saying, or it's just a cheap shot just to wind Rangers up.
I mean, I don't know really. I mean, I did see the footage of him trying to get at him, and you know, I mean, yeah, like I said, I didn't hear the chanting myself, like, so when you put that to me, I thought, oh, so I did try to look it up, but I was too busy fathoming other things out, like, yeah. So, Gav, what's your take? If you've seen anything or heard anything?
I've not really seen a lot of that, but there was a woman earlier. I see it on someone had put up off her Instagram account. She was driving along the road with her kids, singing a Celtic song, and the kids then in the back were singing that up the Ra, and they were little kids, and that was all over.
Yeah,
that was all over Twitter. You know, if they're being brought up like it, you know,
that's what I said. I mean, we did have this conversation last week about. I think we should just build a wall like Hadrian's Wall around fucking Liverpool. If they want to be Scouts and just stay Scouts, and we're not fucking English, fucking stay there, then you bastards. Don't come out.
How long would the question, Martin, is we know that the World Cup is next month. It doesn't feel like it to me, but obviously the World Cup's going to start next month. Are they going to be supporting England next month? This is, you know, you can't have it both ways.
I don't know. I mean, how many Liverpool players are in the England team?
I'm not sure.
No, I'm not. I'm just putting that one out there, like, you know, because they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to, other because they're not English. So even if there was one, they're not allowed to. They've got a. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not. You know, we're Scouts. We're not English. But then at the World Cup, are they going to support? You know, will they be supporting England after all what's gone on? I mean, that's my question. I just find it very bizarre. Of what
Anthony, I'm going to come to you because I mean I know you're a big fan of this Scouser.
Yeah, I think half the fucking fans come from Ireland anyway. Do you know what I mean? You go to fucking Anfield, and half of them are fucking Irish. I think there's more Irish accents at Anfield than there's Old Trafford. But I'll stick up for the Everton lot because I don't think it is just a Scouse thing. I think it's just Liverpool because I know a few lads from Everton and they're nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? We just played Liverpool today there, and all the City was singing the fucking national anthem to him today. You know what I mean? So it's I don't listen. I don't understand them. I'm not even going to try and understand them. They're an horrible club. I don't like them. They're the worst fucking fans. I'll go so much to say is I don't like them more than I don't like Man United, and that's fucking saying something. You know what I mean? They're just an horrible breed.
Did you watch you've obviously watched the game today, didn't you?
Yeah.
So can I just ask you then? I mean, your take, because I forget what pundit it was. I know we're just straying a little bit here, like you know, like with the disallowed goal, Haaland and the shirt tuck. They looked at it from 7 different angles, like, and the pundit said, you know, because the referee was doing all right and letting everything go on. It was a scrappy game. It was a fucking good game. It was end to end and that lot. And then and because there was a goal that came out of that. And then someone put because it's Anfield.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get anything there. Do you know what I mean? You know, and to be fair, yeah, you know, the crowd, they did. You know, it is like the fucking 12th man. But they said it on Sky there today. You know, it's all right, well and fucking good, slowing it down on VAR. Do you know what I mean? It looks completely different when you slow it down. Play it in real time. Let's have a look at it in real time. They never show you that. You know what I mean? And like you say, fucking hell, God knows what you've got to do to get a decision there.
Yeah, it was. I Well, I look. It's a good game. Was a good game. Was
Yeah,
good.
it
Was
was. Yeah.
was a good game. Like, yeah, I don't really know. What's your? Did you see the game, Matty? I'll come to you on this one.
No, I didn't see the game, but I have just heard recently that there's been games where VAR decisions have been taken literally like 15 minutes to sort out. And that's far too long at the end of the day.
The referee on this one, I think he was just going to let the goal go, and he was badgered that much to go and have a look, because I don't think actually VAR at first were going to get involved, and then I think there was a bit. I think to me today it looked like there was pressure there. So, did you see it, Gav, at all?
No, I didn't see any of it. No, I didn't see any of it. No, I'm completely detached from it.
No.
No,
Right, then. What?
no, it just seems to me that if a VAR decision is going to take 15 to 20 minutes, then it's all wrong. It all needs looking at again completely and revamping, because rugby, cricket, even at Wimbledon tennis, with the red eye, they sort that out, within 5 minutes. So you can't hold up a match for 10, 15 minutes to wait.
We said this, didn't we? We said this last week. It doesn't suit football. It just doesn't suit football. The pace of football, you can't. It just doesn't work.
I don't think it's going anywhere, though. Do you?
No.
I think unfortunately, right.
Yeah.
I do think that fucking VAR is here to stay. So, couple of last things. Anthony, you've got a fight coming up soon on November the 11th, I hear.
Yeah, November 11th.
Whereabouts is it, and where can you get tickets, and who are you fighting?
I'm not sure on the opponent yet, but the venue's in Blackpool this time, Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So yeah, Friday the 11th. If you go to, if you can get hold of me, or if you go to on your social media to Vicious Promotions, can get tickets via there as well.
Yeah, well, good luck with that one, mate.
Yeah, on that one, mate.
Yeah, don't really know.
Can I just pop in?
Yeah,
can I just pop in? A little shout out for a little independent clothing company, Parker Monkey. They kindly sent me one of their T-shirts, World Cup one there with the England St George. They also do these bucket hats. They're a wax one for the winter.
Can't be a bucket hat.
No, but these I've got loads of bucket hats, but these knock the others. Barber, all that lot, knock them.
So whereabouts are they based then, Gav?
I'm not sure where they're based, but I'll pop up the link on my Twitter feed for them.
Yeah,
but they do some great stuff.
Yeah, because that company's Swiss. They're based in Glasgow, aren't they? A lot of these small, independent English companies are coming in. It's like this T-shirt here. I got one sent by another bloke that said something on it, and it was just an ironed on, and it just felt like just crinkly. This Terrace coat, I've got used. I quite like them, because it's not your plasticky. It just feels. It's just part of the T-shirt, so I'm hoping it doesn't peel off in what.
No, that stuff's good. I've got one. Their sweatshirt. It's really good.
Yeah,
it's good to pick up the little independent.
Terrace coat. Nice. Yeah, it is. That's really.
Yeah, there's lots of good independents about. So
I've stuck by them and I've stuck to my word. You know what I mean? I do quite like them. They sent me to, which was quite generous of them. Right, mate. I think that wraps it up for today. Unless anybody else has got anything singularly to say.
Yeah, just got just a quick note. I've got a couple of good interviews coming up on the UK Casualty Series.
Yeah, I was meant to ask you that. Go on, let's fire away.
I've got an interview coming up with Mark Chester from Stoke 40. Really well respected, knows his stuff. He's been about. I'm sure you've all heard of his name. He writes books. He's wrote a lot of books, and he's now putting them into audio. So that'll be happening next month. And there are a couple in the line that I can't say their names at the moment because it's not been confirmed.
Have you finalised the other one with Potsy from Burnley as well?
Yeah, what I've done with what's happening with Potsy, I've recorded the part 2 with Potsy about his England memories, but also what's happening as well is I'm doing a part 3 because I don't know if any of you lads went, but it's about the Ireland v England match in 1995 at Lansdowne Road. That was an
I know a few that went out there. Yeah.
And he, it's not only him, but he's bringing a mate along just to say what happened during the day, how harsh the Garda was, you know, how the media made it look like it was England that kicked it all off. But, you know, as we know, it takes two to tango. It's never.
It does. There was some weird. I looked at some of the footage going off, right, and because you got that music that was going on with the indie kind of stuff, everyone seemed to have a hoodie on. There was fucking in the England mob. There was hundreds of hoodies. So that, you know, people had been swayed from, like, you know, the casual tracksuit kind of thing. Like, there was a lot of indie kind of dress code going on there, like, and my mate said he's seen everyone in fucking hoodies and that. Like, that seemed, you know, it didn't last long.
No.
Shame I didn't know you were going to talk about this, because I was with a load of Pompey lads. There was 120 of us in a boozer yesterday down Southsea. It was class.
Was you in that picture? I did see you.
Yeah, I was in the window. Yeah. We had some ultras over from Luca as well, and some lads from Airdrie.
Right, it did look a good pick, that did. There was some old school and some new school there.
Well, there's a lot of lads. There was even some lads, we call them the Grey Army. They're going back to the 60s and 70s. They rocked up. But a lot of the lads I haven't seen, you know, that from, you know, when I stopped going to Pompey, but that was one hell of a firm we had in there yesterday.
But it's just nice to see into.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was. And it was
and them little get-togethers and them pictures, they're fucking memories, aren't they?
Yeah, it was all,
you know,
yeah.
As we get older, to our age, we seem to go to more funerals than we do weddings.
Yeah. You could have got some real stories, Jesse. And on that note, I met up with Eddie, and Eddie said, yeah, you will try and get some stuff over from the World Cup. So, that should be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be good to get some of his footage filtered in, like, without a shadow.
Yeah.
Right, so I reckon that wrap. Yeah, well, if we've all done that, I reckon that wraps it up today then. So thanks a lot to all of you guys, and we shall be hearing more from UK Casual soon.